Welcome to Legal English Lab, where international law meets real-life conflicts. Today's topic, Northern Cyprus, a place where military victory did not translate into diplomatic recognition. What happened in 1974? Why is Northern Cyprus recognized by only one country? What does this teach us about the limits of international law, sovereignty, and the power of recognition? Before we go further, let's talk about something you may have seen on the map, the UN buffer zone in Cyprus. After the 1974 conflict, the island was divided, but not by a formal border. Instead, the United Nations established a buffer zone, often called the Green Line. It stretches over 180 kilometers, cutting across the island, including to the capital Nicosia, which remains the last divided capital city in Europe. This zone is controlled by the United Nations peacekeeping force in Cyprus UNFICYP. It was created to prevent further hostilities between the Greek Cypriot South and Turkish Cypriot North. The buffer zone has restricted access, is patrolled by UN peacekeepers, contains abandoned buildings, no man's land areas, and in some parts, even farming zones under UN control. How did Northern Cyprus happen? What happened in 1974? Why is Northern Cyprus recognized by only one country? What does this teach us about the limits of international law, sovereignty, and the power of recognition? Cyprus became independent from Britain in 1960. Power sharing between Greek and Turkish Cypriots soon broke down. In 1974, a Greek-backed coup tried to unite Cyprus with Greece. Turkey invaded in response, citing its role as a guarantor under the 1960 Treaty of Guarantee. The island has been divided ever since. In 1974, a Greek-backed coup tried to unite Cyprus with Greece. Turkey invaded in response, citing its role as a guarantor under the 1960 Treaty of Guarantee. Legal terms to remember: sovereignty, invasion, intervention, guarantor power. Turkish Cypriots make up a minority on the island, but they have long demanded equal political rights, especially in elections and government, rather than being treated as a secondary community. They argue that the Republic of Cyprus was meant to be a power-sharing state, where both Greek and Turkish Cypriots would have equal say, despite demographic imbalance. After the breakdown of that power-sharing model in the 1960s and the 1974 division, Turkish Cypriots pushed for either full recognition of their own state or a truly equal federal model. From their perspective, any reunification plan must guarantee equal status, not majority rule. At the same time, Northern Cyprus holds strategic military value for Turkey. It hosts Turkish troops, serves as a key point in the Eastern Mediterranean, and strengthens Turkey's geopolitical influence in the region. So for Turkish Cypriots and for Turkey, the issue is about both political equality and strategic security. Turkish Cypriots want political equality, meaning they don't want to be treated as just a minority. They want equal power in government. The idea of a power-sharing state means both Greek and Turkish Cypriots should help lead the country together. But because only the South is recognized as the official government, the North has no sovereignty under international law. In 1983, the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, TRNC, declared independence. Only Turkey recognizes TRNC. The UN, EU, and rest of the world consider it part of the Republic of Cyprus. Why? According to UN Security Council resolutions, the declaration is legally invalid. The principle of territorial integrity outweighs ethnic self-determination. Greek Cyprus joined the EU in 2004. The entire island, even the north, EU law is suspended in the north under Protocol number 10 of the Accession Treaty. Greek Cypriots benefit from EU membership. Turkish Cypriots do not. Legal conflict. EU supports reunification, but operates within the internationally recognized framework. Just because a country controls an area with its military doesn't mean it has legal sovereignty there. In Cyprus, Turkey controls the north, but most of the world doesn't recognize it as a separate country. Recognition is key for making laws, trading, or joining international organizations. International law often protects what already exists, even if it means keeping unfair divisions. So we ask, is a law always just, or can it sometimes block real peace? Northern Cyprus is a case study in contradiction, military victory without legitimacy. It shows us that power and recognition are not the same, and in international law, recognition is everything. Thank you for listening to Legal English Lab. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next episode.